Hello and welcome to another episode of Pillow Talk. Today we are talking about gaming overseas. Let's get into it. So today I'm joined by Mark.
Yes.
Awesome friend Mark.
Yes.
And then my awesome friend Eddie.
Yes.
Very suave friend Eddie.
And
my suavest friend.
And filling in Batman.
So, our co-host Eric has sadly passed away. He will be sorely missed.
I win.
But the big thing that Eric always wanted, he told me, Corey, if anything ever happens to me, I want Batman to take my spot. So Batman is here joining us today in Eric's gaming spot. So Eddie,
What's up?
let's talk about gaming overseas.
What about it?
Okay, so you've been like all around the world. You've been to Germany, you've been to Africa, you've been to Japan. So we have Africa there. We have Japan here. We don't have anything for Germany.
Or anywhere else, rather.
What's with the woman out in Germany?
Is there one in particular you'd like to say hello to?
Oh no, I don't know her name.
Is her name Ava? Is her name Ava?
I don't.
Ava Braun?
No.
So, been all around the world. Didn't really play games in Germany and Africa, but
You're
you
right.
did play games in Japan.
Mhm.
You lived in Japan for like a year, 2
2 years.
2 years in Okinawa.
Yep.
So, how was gaming out there?
The same.
Okay.
Practically. I mean,
what did you mostly play? Like single player games, multiplayer games?
I feel like then I played a lot of single player games. I didn't really start getting into multiplayer games till recently when I started playing online with you and Fernando and
Okay.
other people.
I guess not Mark.
Not me.
Oh yeah, Mark.
We don't really play a lot of, I guess, No Man's Sky, or Sea of Thieves. Or...
I just played a lot of single player games. I lived in the dorms, so
Mhm.
I would go to like my friend's room and then we would just play games on his big screen for like hours on end.
And it's normal stuff that we have access to here, basically.
Yeah, it's because on most bases, you know, they have a GameStop inside it too, or like a place you can buy video games. So it's not like actually getting Japanese games. You know, like the displays are in Japanese writing. No, it's all Americanized.
Mhm.
However, when you go off base,
Yeah, tell us about those game shops.
I mean, it looks just like your normal stores, normal game stores, but of course, the writing's not going to be in English. I mean, you'll see very few Americanized versions, but I mean, I never went off base to get video games because I mean, it's pointless for me to play those games if I can't understand it.
A lot of people actually like fight to get those games that are like foreign games in the full Japanese language.
Yeah.
People actually get mad. Did you take advantage of any of like the native games that were out there?
I've thought of that too. I thought of doing that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I went to the store a couple times. I was like, oh, I should get it. I was like, no, maybe I shouldn't because I mean, I might not even play it. I came really close once to buying Final Fantasy VII because I thought it was like the Japanese version. You know how some Squaresoft or Square Enix games, they're like different from the Americanized version. I really thought about doing it, but in the end, I don't know. I
Couldn't pull the trigger on it.
couldn't pull the trigger on it. I
All
feel
right.
like it was, yeah.
What about the availability of titles? Did they have a more diverse section? Did they seem to have more copies than we do? Or was it about the same?
It was about the same. I mean, it's nothing special. I know they keep their games. I've seen a lot of like the PlayStation 1 games they have still like in stores, which is awesome.
What?
Yeah,
Like
PlayStation 1.
have PS1 games like on shelves and shit?
Yep,
Like PS1, N64, like all of that stuff? Or
all the games.
wow.
Yeah, that's kind of cool because like it was easy to get to, but obviously it's not.
No, that's pretty cool because like our GameStops and stuff, they don't like have that anymore. It's mostly newer games.
Yeah.
You have to go to like the little mom and pop shops to get like the older games and
Or, like,
go to collectible shows and stuff.
Frankincense
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah, so there's not really game stops or anything over there. Not like I don't really remember any like chain video game stores, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of it was just like kind of like how you guys explained Frankenstein. It's kind of like that store. A lot of stores like that where they just
Like
have
a lot of little
everything.
kind of collectible stores.
Yeah, they just have like everything, and then they have a section for video games.
And this is off base? Like
This
these
is
are the
off
off base stores, right?
Off base, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Like, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, well, how the fuck would I know? I was stuck in California for most of my life.
Right.
While you were off base, did you ever frequent maybe one of their arcades or anything like that?
Ooh, that's a really good one.
I don't remember going to any arcades per se, but there was this like giant game store, not video game store, but like, I'm trying to explain it. Kind of like a Dave and Buster's kind of. Like
Okay.
A bunch of things to do, but massive. This thing was like 3-4 stories.
Like a Japanese Chuck E. Cheese?
Kind of for adults, you know.
Okay.
They had like you know, the trampoline area where you could like play basketball, little baseball, you know, little courts. What else? They had quite a few things there. It was called Round One or something like that, or Ready One. It was pretty cool.
So how was that place compared to like our Dave and Buster's here?
Like I said, that shit's like four stories tall. Like you got an elevator to go to different things.
Wow.
They
That's
even have
cool.
like karaoke there too. They had literally every like game you can think of. It was awesome.
That was a really good question about the arcades.
I made sure I wrote that down.
That's really good. That's awesome because I hadn't thought about like arcades
Like, I
and
mean,
stuff there.
we have Chuck E. Cheese's, which I used to work with one, but it's
and they're
not-
great.
Uh,
And you loved working at Chuck E. Cheese. He was the fucking mouse.
whoa, we're gonna edit this out. You know, arcades in general, having really good arcades is something that we rarely see. I've been trying to find a really decent one for quite a while, and locally it's slim pickings. Slim pickings.
So if we want to find like a really good arcade, would you recommend hitting up Japan? Like for their arcades?
Definitely. So, like I said, Okinawa is a small island off the mainland of Japan. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot to do there, but the mainland has a lot more things, a lot more arcades, a lot more stuff to do. I've had a lot of friends that actually, you know, went over to mainland. I didn't get a chance to. I wish I did, but I do want to go back one day and actually get to do all the things I didn't get to do when I was stationed there for 2 years.
Hell yeah, dude. How was the geek culture over there? So you know here like you see a lot of people wearing like their different video game t-shirts, nerdy t-shirts, Dragon Ball Z, all that stuff. Like how were people with like game stuff over there? Do you see like a lot of like gaming merch like Pokemon backpacks and like stuff like that over there, or people just more kind of casually nicely dressed over there? when
Cosplay
compared here?
enthusiasts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen some like, you know, cosplay enthusiasts here and there, but it wasn't like your average everyday thing. However, the cool thing about Japan is like whenever there's holidays, for example, Halloween. I remember one Halloween, I seen a lot of video game
Really?
characters. I saw like the Fallout jumpsuit. I seen
That's cool.
Pokemon. I seen like a bunch of anime characters. You know, they're from what I saw, they're really into that, and it was just so awesome because you know you come here and you see a lot of movie cosplay,
Like Harley Quinn and
yeah,
Joker and
Superman,
stuff like that.
Batman.
Yeah.
and there it's kind of more adverse. I
Okay.
guess.
Diverse.
Like
Diverse.
Any other questions?
Well, I was wondering, like, when you would play video games over there. I know time periods is one thing. When I was younger and I had my friends in the military, they would have, like, just PlayStation 1s and 64s. That's the only type of thing that they had. Which would you seem to be more... Which one did you usually play on? Was it more, like, PlayStation, Xbox, that type of thing? Which version? And then... Or was it like a Game Boy Color, Sega Nomad, that type of thing?
Well, me personally, I've always been a Sony fan, diehard Sony fan. Eventually, later on, kind of toward the end of my time in Japan, I actually bought an Xbox One. Didn't play as much, but yeah, I mean, I always played the PlayStation. I believe it was the PlayStation 4 had came out right when I was in the military, and so I had that, and I was playing that a lot. What was the other part of your question?
Oh, just, more portable type of PlayStations or play items like Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
Depending on that, because that's...
Some more portable games versus more console-based games?
Exactly.
Yeah, so, no, for the console-based games, I always have one good one with me wherever I go. Unless I'm going, like, on a mission somewhere, or, like, different location. I'm only going to be gone for a few weeks, whatever the case may be. Then yeah, I'll bring my Nintendo Switch now. Back then, I didn't really have any kind of portable gaming system.
Did you take your PSP with you?
I don't even think I brought my PSP, to be honest.
So it was mostly just home console gaming then.
Yeah, mainly.
And then that brings up another question that you just sprung in my head. So when you go to Japan, because that's where like Sony and all that shit comes from, right? Where Microsoft is like based here in the States.
Yeah.
So when you go to Japan, do you kind of see more like kind of PlayStation stuff being pushed, or do you see more Microsoft being pushed, or is it still about even like how it is here?
I would say it's about even, because I never really saw more than a specific console.
Okay. I thought it would be Sony, honestly.
I mean, I feel like, if anything, I didn't see as much Xbox stuff.
Okay.
But I did see a lot of Nintendo and PlayStation stuff. Like, you could still go to a store and pick up a PlayStation 1 or Nintendo 64 for cheap. Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Okay. How were the women out in Japan?
Yeah.
Actually, I do have a follow-up question.
You do?
In your experience, did you happen to know more gamer girls that were interested versus just, the normal type we have out here?
Well, when I was out there, I didn't really date.
Right,
so we didn't know each other real personally, but
Right, but when you were sneaking out the next morning, did you happen to see her have an Xbox? Or
no, not really. No, they're not that I noticed.
I think that's a good place to end it.
That's pretty good.
I think that's good. Eddie, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Eddie, for your insight.
Really appreciate it. This has been one of our short pillow talks. Thank you for joining us. Batman, thank you for being here. Mark, I appreciate you as always.
Corey, I appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm Corey, and my suavest friend, Eddie. Please join us next time. Bye. What the fuck was that?
I had an itch on my shoulder.
I thought you were wiping me off.
Yeah.